as you go down the 10, heading towards Palm Springs from L.A. It's been home to Friday night fights before, and a good crowd has come out tonight to see this main event. The tail of the tape between Rustam Nugaev and Hosse Ernandez, both tall for the division. Hernandez an inch taller and 4-inch reach advantage, as it is scheduled for 10 rounds here. Rustam Nugaev is 30 years old, originally from Perm, Russia, but's been living and training out of L.A. 24 wins and 14 knockouts. This is third fight of 2013. 5 fights now in his career in California. Had that 21-month layoff and then back-to-back knockout wins after the long layoff to spark this phase of his career. And Hosse Hernandez from Fort Worth. We heard Bernardo tell us about his backstory. The 11 brothers, 5 of whom fought. He's 5'11", 136 pounds, 14 wins, 6 knockouts. As you see his recent work, 10 pro bouts in Texas. This is third here in California. His last fight, he took it on short notice. It was on Friday Night Fights, as we take you back to January against the previously undefeated Tony Lewis. And Hernandez would rally in the 6th round, would land right hands in the 7th round, and then scored well in the 8th round right there as Lewis caught off guard just a bit. And Hernandez came up with a good solid win, a TKO in 8 back on January 25th. Teddy has the fight plan, brought to you by Corona Extra.
Both our main event fighters are coming off really big wins recently against undefeated opponents, so they're hot. One of them's about to cool off. Let's find out which one. Hernandez, Nugaev, mirror images of each other. Tough guys, throw a lot of punches right in front of you. Neither one of them afraid to go into the deep end of the pool. Hernandez covers up right in front of you. Oh, he gives you a lot. Take what he gives you before he takes it from you. Elbows inside here, go outside. Bang. Elbow moves a little bit. Bang. Bang. You do that, you're going to have the edge. Your punch is a little more compact, and you know more strokes than he does. Overhand, breaststroke. What do you got? Doggy paddle? See what I'm saying? All right, now how does Hernandez keep from drowning in a flood of punches that Nugaev will throw at him? Nugaev, Hernandez. Well, I can tell you one way. When you have a guy in front of you, like Nugaev, who likes to lead with the left hook right in front, you get hit with right hand. He leads with the left hook, bang! Shoot the right hand. If you're Hernandez and you do that, well, guess what? You're going to be all wet.
I hope he put that doggy paddle to good use.
Yeah, he did. I made sure it wasn't too deep, because I don't trust the doggy paddle in deep waters.
By the way, that's not the first time he's been thrown into a pool on a Friday night fight, Kenny's fight plan. But you were along for the ride once.
Yes, I was one time, but there were no towels available, so I made sure it was a one-sided fight this time.
With 14 wins coming by way of knockout, ladies and gentlemen, here is Rustam Mongoose Nugaev.
All right, gentlemen, come on. Okay, I'll give you instructions in the dressing room. I'll give a clean fight, listen to my commands, touch gloves, and wait the bell. Good luck.
What are you looking for early, Teddy?
Looking for action. But what I'm wondering about early on is that both these guys like to get out of the gate. They're both busy guys. I'm wondering whether or not Nugaev maybe will have a little problem getting out of the gate because of some inactivity. Yes, he only fought 2 months ago, but if you go back 2 fights, he was off 1 year and 9 months, and then before that he was off 1 year and 8 months. So an opportunity maybe for Hernandez, who's the underdog in this fight, for Hernandez maybe to score early while there's still a little rust on Nugaev.
Nugaev didn't fight in 2010, didn't fight in 2012.
Yeah, exactly. Now look, Hernandez hasn't fought for 7.5 months, but Before that, no inactivity.
Lou Moret, our referee. 10-rounder between Hernandez and Nugaev.
Hernandez has long arms. He should use them.
4-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, well, it shows. I mean, you could see it, but it doesn't mean anything if he's not punching from an outside distance. If he's going inside, then everything is neutralized.
Tripled up his jab moments ago.
But Hernandez should be using that reach advantage.
There was a left hook in there, and then Nugaev came back.
Yeah, Hernandez is hurt.
He is.
His legs are not good.
No, he caught him after that, through that hook.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Just missed with that right hand.
Well, the one advantage that Nugaev has, he's got more fights. That's number one. He's the more experienced fighter. But he throws his punches a little more compact than Hernandez does. Hernandez gets fat every once in a while with his punches. And when you get fat with your punches, guess what? Guys throwing compact punches can get to you.
Look at Nugaev trying to chase him down. Just missed with that uppercut, then turned over a left hook as Hernandez still feeling the effects of that blow early on.
Yeah, and Nugaev doesn't let up. You know, he's a punching machine. I mean, if you're doing punch numbers with him, your fingers need to get iced because he's always busy. And Hernandez is a busy guy too, but right now he's fighting from behind. But he's a gutsy guy. But what I don't like about Hernandez, he gets fat with those punches.
He does. He is wide and sweeping with his punches, and Nugaev has already gotten to the inside of a few.
Yeah, look for those right hands to go inside those left hooks. Those right hands of Nugaev to go inside those left hooks, the wide left hooks of Hernandez.
There's another sweeping punch from Hernandez, who has never really regained his solid footing. Shows moments of guts of firing back in the middle of the ring.
And you can see why I said this would be a good fight. Both guys there engaging each other. You know, one guy fatter with his punches, Nugaev better, more compact. But you can see right here, and it's to the detriment of Hernandez. But the reason why I said it'd be a good fight, Hernandez isn't even grabbing. Now, he should be grabbing to try to recover, get those legs back a little bit. But he doesn't know how to grab. He just knows how to move his head and punch back.
Action-packed first round. Blood on the bridge of the nose of Nugaev. Hernandez effective throughout. Good stuff.
I watched the punch that hurts Hernandez. The right hand it's going to be. And for you people at home and for you young fighters at home, move after your last punch. Don't pose. Don't take pictures. You saw right there what happens. Hernandez had thrown a left hook. He posed. He took a picture. And what happened?
You talk about admiring your work, huh, Teddy?
Exactly. He stood there admiring his work, another way to put it. And what does Nugaev do? Well, he takes advantage. He comes with the right hand. Well, the opening was there for the right hand.
CompuBox numbers show Nugaev 121 punches thrown. As Teddy said, he's a volume puncher. Now, majority of that work coming after landing that right hand as he was going after Hernandez time and time again. That punch came about a minute into the fight, and Hernandez was really never the same. But you got glimpses of how good of a fight this can be. Should be fun. Round number 2 scheduled for 10.
Well, you got glimpses of the advantages of Nugaev, too. More compact, we talked about that. More compact, never stops punching. But Hernandez, you didn't get a glimpse of it, but you better get a glimpse. And Hernandez's people better get a glimpse if Hernandez is going to stay in this fight. And that's the one advantage he has, that length, those long arms. He better start working on the outside. He's already, hopefully for him, been convinced that the inside might not be the best place for him right now. Maybe later on it'll change. He can go to the body. But right now, needs to do work on the outside, needs to use that.
He's doing it.
The long jab where
there's a counter.
Yeah, where he can stay out of harm's way, and he can have a little edge. This is a good place.
Well, there's a right uppercut in the middle of that exchange there from Hernandez after that counter punch where Nugaev found him in the corner and let loose.
Yeah, Nugaev wants to be close. That's usually a good place for him. But as you said, Hernandez found him with that uppercut, and we did talk about that uppercut. Actually, in the fight plan, I talked about the uppercut being used by Nugaev, not by Hernandez.
Blood on the bridge of the nose of Nugaev as Hernandez is trying to meet him a bit on the inside here.
Well, Hernandez depends on being tough and going to the body. But he might have a guy who's just as tough and maybe goes to the body just as well and maybe with shorter, more compact punches. So again, Hernandez likes to work inside, likes to go to the body, but again, I think he needs to go on the outside, get a few rounds under his belt with that length. Somebody needs to teach Hernandez to shorten up those punches, but it's not going to happen tonight.
Some body work from Nugaev, and then landed a right hand. There's an exchange there that got the best of the combination from Hernandez.
See, that's where Hernandez will match Nugaev, with guts, with grit, and with amounts of punches. Maybe not quite as many, but very close.
Good infighting from Nugaev there. Did work doubling up that right hand. Good action here in round number 2 as Hernandez and Nugaev continue on.
Because he openly...
That was a much better round for Hernandez, and this is why, or at least one of the reasons why. The right uppercut landing clean. Take another look at it. The right uppercut landing. Nugaev likes to be inside, likes to be the boss, likes to be busy, but sometimes keeps his head in the middle. You keep your head in the middle, you're going to get hit with uppercuts once in a while. Much better.
Look at Hernandez just charging out here at the beginning of round number 3, Teddy.
Yeah, well, Hernandez is not going to allow me to break my word to the fans when I said, oh,
there he got backed up.
Because it's a fat punch. He throws those fat punches, and you get caught with a short punch in between.
And now 2.5 minutes to survive Nugaev, who you know will be coming after him.
Yeah, and what else you know Hernandez has a lot of guts, and that could be to his detriment because he's going to fire right back rather than tie up. He will not tie up. Hernandez doesn't know how to tie up. And guess what? If you're a fighter, sometimes you got to know how to tie up. You know, like Kenny Rogers said in that great song, The Gambler, sometimes you got to know how to show them, sometimes you got to know how to fold them.
Aimlessly putting out that jab there.
Know when to walk away, know when to run. As the words are being fed to me by my good friend.
There's a chopping right hand on the inside as Hernandez had his back up against the ropes. Left hand comes in from Nugaev.
There's another problem for Hernandez. He throws wide left hooks. There's an old saying, don't hook with a hooker. Well, I'm not saying Nugaev is a hooker, but what I'm saying is when Hernandez hooks, it's wide. And Nugaev's are shorter. And Hernandez doesn't help himself when he keeps that right hand a little low when he hooks.
Second time tonight that Hernandez has been hurt and looking to survive. He just parried that right hand, but now an onslaught of headshots come in from Nugaev, and Hernandez responds by throwing a right hand of his own. Now some body work, a left hook. Hernandez fires off a 5-punch combination and finishes it with a right uppercut.
No surprise here. Gutsy, gutsy guy, Hernandez. Unless you knock him out, he's going to keep firing back. But again, he fires back with fat, wide punches and leaves a little exposure.
Nugaev touching, and then placing a left hand to the body. Hernandez now digs in with 2 right hands to the body.
Hernandez should start switching from those hooks to the body to uppercuts every once in a while. The uppercut worked the last round. Go back to it. See if it works again. See, that's what he needs to do, Hernandez. If he can mix it up, Joe, half of the time on the outside where he's got one big advantage, that length, that long stick, and then every once in a while fight on the inside, but don't overdo it. In other words, don't get burnt.
It's a big third round here. It started early from Nugaev. Hernandez met him with fire. There's a right hand. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and we'll show you how it started. Stay with us. Just a short break.
No, it's not 3D TV, but it's 3D left hooks. Watch. One of them. There it is. Left hook, wide left hook from Hernandez. We've been talking about. Nugaev's is short. Again, wide left hook. The right hand is down for Hernandez. Left hook gets across. Take another look. Left hook gets across, the right hand down, and here comes that big left hook, but a little late.
That happened 30 seconds into round number 3. Hernandez steadied himself, fired back, Nugaev taking that round. He also had him hurt in round number 1. Teddy, you promised it was going to be a good main event.
Yes, I did.
It's exceeding expectations as you see the power punches already. Look at these numbers for power punches alone as we start the 4th round. Nugaev already landing 102.
And Nugaev not a big puncher. One of the reasons Hernandez here, the other, he's got a big heart, Hernandez. But Nugaev not a big puncher. But what he is he can catch you clean. You know, he's compact with his punches, and as I said right from the top, he throws and he throws and he throws.
Hernandez, the more thudding ball on the inside. Now he utilizes the jab and backs it up with a
Well,
right
that's what he's got to do, Joe. He's got to half and half. You know, I'm not talking about what you put in your coffee. You know, half on the outside with Hernandez, with that length advantage, and then half on the inside. Just don't get caught on the inside too long.
Here's the real estate that Nugaev prefers. All right, let's look at both scorecards through 3. Keep in mind what happened in rounds 1 and 3 with Nugaev and a sweep for Teddy. And you, the fans at home, can join in on Friday Night Fight Facebook page. 2 rounds to 1 for Nugaev, giving the second to Hernandez. Just go to the Facebook page for Friday Night Fights. Click on the live scoring. Join in at the end of any round. Jump in as much as you like, and we will compare your scores to Teddy's and then eventually the 3 ringside judges.
See, there's something interesting to talk about with the fan scorecard and my scorecard. That second round, they gave it to Hernandez. I gave it to Nugaev. I was very close to giving that to Hernandez. So I could see it either way. Matter of fact, I almost made it an even round because of the uppercut. Nasty uppercut for Hernandez. It worked in the second round. He should go back to it more.
Nugaev almost looks like he's sitting on this right here, just waiting for him to open up wide again with that right hand.
Well, I think you're right. I think that he feels he's in the eye of the storm where there's some safety. And what you said, he can punch in between when he wants to. You know, it is like being in the eye of the storm with Hernandez because when he throws those wide shots, if you sit in the pocket, they will go around you a little bit.
You can actually be in that safety zone in the dead center there.
Yeah, in that vortex.
Guy just getting out of the way of that glancing right hand. Now just touching him on the inside. Then opens up with another left hook, Teddy.
Yeah, somebody needs to tell Hernandez, not only keep your punches short, keep your right hand up.
So a big moment here from Nugaev at the end of the round. How about this?
The Barclays Premier League is
Here it is again. The right hand's down. Yes, the left hook is wide of Hernandez. Shorter hook by Nugaev. Take another look here. Shorter hook by Nugaev, but the right hand is not up for Hernandez. If you're going to throw a left hook, you need to keep your right hand up. Guess why? In case the other guy hooks with you. So far tonight, Hernandez, you could say, is losing this fight for one distinct reason. He's getting caught left hooks without having his right hand up and by being wide with his own left hook.
Took 2 of them early, round 1 and round 3. Survived, had to try to fight back. Was going along fine in round 4 and then took that one late. Here we are, round 5, scheduled for 10.
And then starting to look like a guy getting busted up a little bit. Blood in his mouth, and his legs have not recovered from early on. They still look stiff. They still look a little jittery. They still look like those noodles used to look like when my mom used to cook pasta on Sundays. You know, not al dente, but a little soft, you know, a little noodly. Just look at the legs of Hernandez. You could see they're not really firm under him. You could see they give a little bit. And that's the sign that he's not right. And that's a sign that Nugaev can see and then pour it on by seeing it.
Nugaev getting in with yet another headshot there.
I mean, look at the give in those legs. Look, they're not right.
Good example.
As he's moving, they're not
not good at all.
They're not right. Again, it's like that spaghetti when it's left.
Oh, he takes a knee. He's in bad shape.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, get over there. 8, 9, 10.
That's it. Knockout victory for Rustam Nugaev as Hernandez himself was being battered and took a knee and was counted out.
Just broke him down. You know, I talk about it a lot of times about sometimes one fighter is almost like the ocean coming at you, and in the ocean just keeps coming in waves, and it doesn't stop. Well, the ocean just kept coming in waves, and the ocean was named Nugaev, and it never stopped.
Here's how it was finished off.
Some body work, I think you're going to see, too, by Nugaev. There he goes down to the body, and that's what did it. Upstairs, brought the elbow up a little bit of Hernandez, and then Nugaev went back downstairs. Watch again. Nugaev sees what he needs. I was talking about it. The legs were not right. Nugaev saw that. He said, oh, yeah, I got him. He can't move now. His legs are no good. I'll go upstairs, then I'll go downstairs. That left hook to the body, outside the elbow, that finished things.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, though, Teddy. You were right.
Yeah, it was fun.
You knew the styles would match up. You knew the volume punching of Nugaev and what would be available to him, and it paid off for him. Let's get the official particulars. Send it to Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 38 seconds of round number 5. Our referee in charge, Dr. Lou Moret, reaches the count of 10. Your winner by way of knockout, Rustam Nugaev.
5th round knockout for Rustam Nugaev, 25th win of his career. We're going to have more live fights coming to you on Friday Night Fights. Check in with Todd Grisham in the studio. But first, we're going to take a quick break as Rustam Nugaev finishing off Hosse Hernandez. Had him hurt 3 times before this and then got to him in the 5th. Impressive night for the Russian who trains out of L.A.